Good day everybody, hope you're doing alright. So, I wanted to do a sequel video based on this Russ Commits and Investing Informal Skin Investment video. So, basically, just to give you some context, this whole video was talking about you should be keeping an eye on FacePunch's commits page, which is located right here. You can literally see the developers talking about what they're currently working on, and potentially you could see some new content getting mentioned. You could potentially be one of the first people to be aware that a certain type of new content potentially could be introduced to Rust at some point in the near future. And as an investor, that's interesting to know because you potentially might be able to jump in and purchase some skins that might be relatable to that new upcoming content, if that makes sense. So, back over to this specific video. We were here talking about the likes of this gingerbread building skin. So, at the very end of August, we saw that this was being mentioned. In fact, I've got the tweet right here. So I was talking about how there's a very good chance that because this obviously was first mentioned, and this very likely could be appearing at some point by the end of this year, we of course had a talk about whether this is likely going to go up in price, which it already did. Like literally the very second that that was noticed and it was talked about and it was put on the subreddit, people jumped in, they bought out the gingerbread sheet door and the buy orders, as you can see right there, there's a big fat buy order right there that's like 60 cents higher compared to all of these other ones. People made moves, and that was the whole basis from the video. Now, a few days later, you could also see the likes of the gingerbread garage door being bought out. So yeah, it was on the front page, and Sheepman of Doors also on the front page. This was just a few days later, so yeah, people were making moves, and I was talking about way back when. This video was uploaded on the 28th of August. Maybe you should consider investing into the likes of gingerbread skins. And I gave you some very good context because before we've seen a very similar situation happen. If we just quickly hop over to here, yep. So we knew about the likes of the shipping container building DLC coming out. Like, we knew like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand because we could see it in staging and whatnot. So people noticing this realised, well, hang on a minute, this doesn't come with doors, does it? You know, you can skin your walls and whatnot, but that doesn't come with any doors. And, well, guess what? It just so happened that there's a whole bunch of doors that did exist that obviously were, like, they were based around shipping containers. And, basically, people put 2 and 2 together, and guess what? It got bought out. So it got bought out, and after a while, the actual content released, the shipping container base skin did get released, and it sold very nicely there. So the main point was, if you are aware of content a lot earlier compared to other people, you could be one of the first people to make a move, make an investment, and when the actual content comes out, you can sell it for a whole lot more potentially. And that's basically what happened there with the likes of those shipping container doors. So towards the end of this video, I was talking about the likes of other deplorables, other gingerbread deplorables that exist, and then basically all of the other deplorables, the other doors, yeah, there's like AKs, there's like various other things that you could have like looked at. You should have made moves. You should have invested into the gingerbread collection, because now we're going to bring you to the present time, and fairly recently, so just a good few days ago, sorry, we got the first ever actual showing of the gingerbread building base skin. And if we could just skip the frontier part, so this is the wooden one, this is the next wooden building DLC, but this is it. This is the first instance in which we could see the gingerbread. And now that people could actually see it with their own eyes, people thought, well, damn, I want to go get some gingerbread skins. I want to buy them now whilst they're cheap, because they very likely will be going up in price. So what do you reckon happened? The prices went back up again. Yes, they did. So, when we look over here, after today's first look at the gingerbread base skin, seems like a second wave of buyouts have just happened. And yeah, this went up to about $4. So it got an extra fat stack of buy orders being put down, and it went even higher. And then, to give an extra bit of support to it, Helk went out and said they're not selling it. It's going to be free for everybody to use during the holidays, and only during the holidays. So essentially it's a Christmas themed building skin. And, well, if that means everybody's going to have access to it, there potentially could be another third buyout, another third wave of it increasing in price. And that is basically what I'm going to be talking about now. We're going to be talking about the potential future from what happens from here on now. So As you can see here on Rustified, if you just scroll down, you can get a much better look at the likes of the gingerbread building skin. We don't currently know what grade it is. We don't know if it's wood, stone, sheet metal, armoured. We don't currently know yet. We're probably going to find out at some point around December, because this is going to be available during December. And, well, you can get a much better look at all of it here. I mean, that's a bit fuzzy here. You had to wait a while. HD, wow. So, yeah. A lot of people are fairly hyped up for this. A lot of people are questioning it. But, again, it's only available during December. And once it's over, it's not in the game anymore. But it very likely could return next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. It might become a seasonal thing that we see appear every December, and with the choice wording, only usable during the holidays, I'm pretty sure that means, every December from here on now. So that's something that we want to be aware of, okay? Because we're going to talk more about that a little bit later. So let's now hop over to the likes of over here. So, yep, that's the commits page. And we're now going to talk about the likes of Gingerbread Skins. Oh, yes, we are. As you can see, all of these are in order based on their price. We can just refresh just to see if anything's changed. But if we were to take a look at this Gingerbread sheet metal door once more, it hasn't really changed that much in price recently, but we want to look at its recent history. And what you can see here is it's at its all-time highest. Now, by default, this is a Christmas skin. This is a Christmas themed skin. Every December, this would spike in demand and spike in price. Every December, this would spike in demand and spike in price. But this has already gone up in price. So remember all those specific dates that we mentioned? The very end of August? Yep, it went up in demand, up in price, because people noticed the commits. And they, some people probably watched my video, maybe, possibly. And then, things cooled off for a little bit. Price kind of went down, calm. Oh, hey, hang on a minute. September 19th. The first proper reveal, showcased by Rusticated US on Twitter. Spike in demand, spike in price. Yes, a massive surge in demand, a buyout happened, the price went up. Now you can basically see this with all of the gingerbread doors, because this isn't the only one. We have a gingerbread sheet metal door, we have a gingerbread garage door, which is right here, and if we just look at its recent history, it's basically the same thing. But this only came out last year. In fact, I have a buy order right here. I was buying them for like 90 cents to $1 throughout all of this year, and I've got like 55 of these things in my inventory. That worked out very nicely. In fact, you know what? Based on the fact that gingerbread skins are usually always going up in price around December time because it's a Christmas themed skin, well, you shouldn't be too surprised, but I do invest in Christmas skins throughout the year. I do put buy orders down, knowing that they're going to go down in price to really cheap prices because, Christmas doesn't last forever. So during the year, the prices of Christmas skins go down to pretty cheap. Me knowing this, I put down like very lowball buy orders, knowing that I can still pick these up at very cheap prices. And if I just hold it out, I could then sell them for a much better profit when December hits again. And as you can see here, I've been very successful with that. And, it's not just like that. I've got like Santa stuff, as you can see right there. I've got Christmas stuff. I'm well prepared for December. Don't you worry. I'm very well prepared. And I did make a fuss about this a good few months ago saying, right, it's the summer. You should consider investing into like some Christmas things for the long term. Because literally, as it hits around November time, suddenly all of these things just keep going up and up and up and up and up in price. December hits, peak prices. Wonderful. So anyway, let's just commit to talking about what we've been talking about in regards to gingerbread stuff. So, yeah, if you actually kind of listened to me when I sat here basically towards the end of this video and said, yeah, we should probably jump at this opportunity, did you? Did you? Because it's already gone up in price, and there's a potential chance that we're going to see it go up in price even more. Yes. So let's just kind of give you the context. The gingerbread building skin is going to be available to everybody for free in December. Now, right now, it's not exactly super great in terms of player count, but we could also incorporate some context here. Quite a lot of people have gone missing. Most likely the school kids and college kids and whatnot. They've gone back to school, college kids gone back to college. Lovely, awesome, we understand that. But they're all going to return in December time, aren't they? There's going to be a break. Christmas, people aren't going to be working as much and whatnot. People are going to return home, have time off. Instead of, being with the family, they're going to play Rust instead. So, yeah, that basically happens every single year. You can see the nice increase in player count from here to here. That was last year. I expect the exact same thing to happen again. And loads of people are going to be suddenly surprised to see a gingerbread building skin is just being given to them. And they're going to want to have some gingerbread skins, aren't they? So whilst we've already had two buyouts, two massive surges in price and whatnot, after the first one, we did see it cool down and go back down in price after a while, didn't we? There is an opportunity here, people. You could make some moves. You could jump in as well now, or maybe wait it out a bit, because usually it's October time where we tend to see the absolute worst for Rust skins. We also have CS2 just around the corner. Apparently that's going to release on Wednesday, September the 27th. The release of CS2 and potential new content for Counter-Strike could potentially put a damper on all of the Steam market, and, well, that includes Rust. So maybe prices for all Rust skins could potentially go lower now, and that's where you might want to consider putting your money towards all of these gingerbread skins if they do go down a fair bit, because it does not matter when the Christmas update or winter update or whatever appears in the second or third week of December. Yeah, everyone's going to probably be jumping at these, and I wouldn't be surprised if it potentially doubles in price again. And let me tell you, I am looking forward to it. So if I type in gingerbread door, and I bought all these for $1 each. Yep, I know what I'm doing. So, I was a bit lucky, but yeah, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if these, at bare minimum, go up another 50%. I wouldn't be surprised if these go above $5. All right? So you have to question, what do you do now? Are you going to jump in, put a strong buy order down, or are you going to jump in and actually buy some stock? Are you going to look on third-party sites and see if there's any cheaper options out there? And again, it's not just the gingerbread door. You got the likes of the garage door. You got the likes of the double door. You also might want to consider investing into the likes of the clothing and the armor, because, well, gingerbread base, gingerbread, people. I guess you understand. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. So there's plenty of options. There's plenty of skins. What are you going to do? All right. And like I said, once this is all said and done, there might be a massive increase in demand for these when the building skin appears. But what happens afterwards? So this is the future. This is the bit where we have to also consider. So when Christmas is all over and when the building skin disappears, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a massive drop-off with this. I guess people probably won't want to retain these. They won't want to hold on to them anymore. And you might see a whole bunch of them being, just unloaded onto the Steam market. And the price very likely will dramatically go down. So if you are going to invest into these, make sure you only buy them out that you're confident that you can also sell. Because, of course, there's going to be other people competing with you to be able to sell these and whatnot. But yeah, make sure you sell all of them within a certain amount of time. Because the very second it's not Christmas, it's going to be a little bit awkward. So during all of next year, usually it's around February, March time, we usually see Christmas-themed skins reach their lowest point. And you know what? I could probably show this off now. So if I were to look at the likes of Santa Furnace, this goofy little guy has been around for many, many, many years, and every Christmas he always spikes in demand, spikes in price. Could you guess why? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? So right now, he's currently selling for about $2. There's only 44 in the market. But what I care more about is looking at its history. So as you can see, every December, spikes in demand, spikes in price, spikes in demand, spikes in price, spikes in demand, spikes in price. But what we also want to take a look at is the massive drop-off. Where does it end? So it stops around here, around April time, stops around here, around July. Wow, that was a bit low. But usually, most of the time, it's around March time. So this was its lowest point, and then from then on, and this is more specifically this year, from then on, it just kept trending slowly upwards, 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 upwards. I'm led to believe all the gingerbread skins that you see here, they're also Christmas-themed skins, so don't forget about that. They're all probably going to go down in price, and they very likely will be reaching their lowest point around February or March time in 2024. So if you want to do what I did and buy in during the year when Christmas-themed skins reach their lowest point, well, you can pick all of these up for very cheap, I'm sure. And, well, when we get to the holidays of 2024, December 2024, I won't be surprised if we get the gingerbread building skin back again. And, what do you reckon's going to happen all over again? Another massive increase in demand and another massive increase in prices. Not only because, of course, Christmas is back, but because of the building skin. So, everything's just been said in front of you right now. Currently, it is the end of September. What are you going to do now for the next 2 months? Are you just going to try and fish for them with a fairly good buy order? Are you going to wait it out and see if they get any lower during the likes of October, which can and very likely could potentially happen? Or are you just going to avoid it? I don't know, the choice is yours. But yeah, there's definitely some interesting things potentially about to happen with the likes of this. And I thought it'd be very nice to document all of this. And I should just quickly point out to you, you can see basically all the prices of the gingerbread skins, like just watching this video. So if I were to just kind of find that specific point, where is it? Where's the specific point where I'm looking at all the gingerbread skins? It's definitely here somewhere. Is that it there? Hey! Well, unfortunately, I didn't put them in order of price, but yeah, you could probably just see that in terms of pounds and whatnot, they've definitely gone up a fair bit. So, yeah, cool. So, I would probably give this another look if you want, but with this video, you probably got everything, like, understood by now. So, we are expecting another spike in demand, spike in price, maybe around December time. Again, for a lot of people, they have to actively see the actual building skin standing right in front of them in the game for them to really desire to buy the skins. And as I said, it's expected that a lot of people are going to return to play this game around December time. So a lot of people are going to be very surprised by this, as in they probably actively did not know a single thing about this until they returned in December. So, yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then afterwards, what are you going to do as well? So, are you going to pick a whole bunch of these cheaper gingerbread skins afterwards and then hold out for the next Christmas all over again? Because I do that by default regardless for all Christmas skins. So, I guess you could just, diversify your long-term investments. The choice is yours. So, we'll see how this turns out around December time. I'll probably make a video talking about that, the third reaction, and yeah, cool. So, best of luck to all of you. We still have Halloween to go through. So seems so early, but hey, if you get in at just the right point, a lot of profit is potentially going in your pockets. All right? So look for those opportunities and we'll see where it goes from here. All right, so catch you all later. See you and goodbye.